Good morning, Devils fans, and to all other fans whose teams went undefeated this preseason. Oh, wait, that's just us. I called it from the very first game. We're going 105 0-0 for this season, and Devils have kept me accurate, going 7-0 in the preseason. Talked about it last episode, where the last team to do so did not fare so well in the regular season, but I think we're going to be just fine. Not too much to touch on from this game. Our preseason game and all that. We fielded a mostly AHL-esque lineup, which just makes it more embarrassing for the Islanders. I will say I want to be consistent in these videos. I've given a lot of our veterans some slack when they haven't had their best performances, saying vets typically don't go full pedal to the metal in preseason games. Islanders basically fielded their opening night roster last night, and it was not their best showing. Now, they weren't an absolute embarrassment, but it was pretty close to that. Schmid closed the wall on quite a few good chances. We did get lucky on one of our goals on a missed penalty call that put us up 3-0 on Nemich's goal. But hey, still, the Islanders should have been able to mostly walk over a AHL lineup that, let's say, had three NHL mainstays. I mean, McLeod, Bastion, as far as fourth liner goes. Mercer was probably our most top flight guy. Holtz is still really trying to prove himself as an NHL guy. And then it was borderline dudes like Nosek, Lazar, Tierney for some vets. I mean, even on defense, it was Smith, who is very likely our seventh or even eighth D on this team. Ball is just cementing himself as a full-time NHLer. He wasn't even that last season. We know Nemec and Hughes are coming in as rookies. Miller is probably the most bona fide guy, and he was arguably our worst defenseman of the night, even though I think it wasn't his worst preseason game. Still probably one of the worst of our defensemen. And then we did have Schmid in net, but again, a guy who has not played very many games. So very barren as far as NHL games played. I would love to have seen the comparison between our starting roster and the Islanders, but yeah, I'll give them some slack just saying they weren't going full tilt as a veteran laden lineup, but still should have probably beat what we put out there on the ice. And hey, we still ended up winning 3-0. So I'm not going to focus, too much on the absolute no chance at all of making the opening night roster guys. Woolman had a very nice goal, but he's not going to be with us at all in the regular season. So going to focus instead on the guys that will be. Mercer is an absolute lock. I thought he had a great game. Ball continues to impress. He's very likely going to be top four defenseman for us throughout the season, which is great because Luke hasn't had the best preseason. I know myself included, a lot of us had him penciled into that top four with, Marino. And so I don't know if that necessarily would have been the best, just given how things have gone. I thought he has looked good with Marino in the minutes he has played with him, but I think Ball has very clearly outplayed him for that spot, and so should be the one playing there, giving Hughes the more sheltered role. So that then comes in, who is he playing on the bottom pairing with? Likely it should be Miller if you're just going by getting that veteran presence in there, but Miller has clearly needed some time to adjust to our system, as I have said before as well. And so we'll see. I think Hataka has had a great, amazing preseason. Last night he was absolutely stellar. All the metrics just seem to indicate that he has thrived in the system here with us. But still, likely he will start down in Utica. So Miller, I think, is going to be given a runway to get used to it. Him and Hughes should be sheltered together. Smith can get some starts in there as well to ease him in, as Smith clearly is acclimated to our system. And I think Nemec has also outplayed both of them so far this preseason. But asset management, it's just much easier to send him down, not worrying about losing a guy for nothing. Again, potentially sliding his contract and all that. But if Miller and even Smith do not really cement themselves as bona fide guys, if they cost us a game or two here or there, I could absolutely see Nemec getting the call up and just saying, hey, we're going to run with our best dudes, given the best chance. And Nemec, I think, if you wanted to go just purely on the guys that have played the best, I would almost say Nemec might have earned it over Luke, but there's no shot Luke is not starting with the big club on opening night. So we'll see exactly how the coaching staff goes to play this out. They are completely off today. We'll see if we get any more cuts. We get a few days of practice where they can kind of work and figure this out, as solidified opening night rosters do not really need to be submitted until opening night. So it gives them some time to really play around there. Bastion, I think, had one of his better games, which is good to see. Lazar continues to very, very much so impress. This time he played as a center, which actually I think he has looked really, really well in. So we'll see if he ends up sliding over. I know Nosek was given the nod with McLeod in this game, and I think Lazar had a better preseason, better game than Nosek has had. So we'll see if it ends up being Lazar, McLeod, Bastion. Thompson, the other guy I was hoping would fight for this spot, did not have the best of games. Tierney looked pretty abysmal as well. So I don't think either of them have earned this starting spot there at all. I think Tierney will definitely be put through waivers. It's probably one of the more confident things I'm saying, but even at that, who knows? We'll see. And so finally, the last guy I really want to touch on is going to be Holtz. Had a fairly so-so game. I think he had some moments and some less so. Thing I'll say about Holtz here is he is not a play driver, right? This is something we've known about Holtz since the moment we drafted him. He is not going to be the guy that pushes pace, controls and dominates play when the puck's on his ice. He is there to be a give-and-go guy, set up good plays to other good players, and be a trigger man when he is set up himself. And that's just not going to happen with a line with Nosek McLeod. We've said it before. Holtz should be up at worst top 9. He is not a fourth-line type player. He was played on a fourth line with, McLeod. He was the top line with McLeod and Nosek in this game, but those are fourth line guys. They are not there to help. They don't facilitate Holtz as well as like a Nico Timo does. I'm still holding true to my Holtz video where I talk about the best line for him. I might deep dive into that a bit further in tomorrow's video. I'm going to still decide what I want to do there. But yeah, I'm not taking too much away from Holtz here. I think he had some decent moments, some good breakout plays. Smart off the puck play, which is really what coaching staff was looking for out of Holtz in this preseason, and I think he did well enough there. So in my opinion, he still should start in a top 6 role. We really should give him some runway to start here. And in my opinion, like I said, Nico and Timo are the best bet to do that for him. And let's let him see what it looks like in the regular season when Nico and Timo are not semi-coasting through a game, but are full bore going at it, especially Timo with his more physical play, which he really did not do much of in the preseason, which I'm fine with. Again, veterans gave the Islanders the excuse, probably not going full tilt, especially in the last game. You don't want to risk injury and all of that, so we'll see. Yeah, that's really it on this one. It was a lot of depth guys. Thompson, I think, basically played himself out of the conversation. Foot, I think, still seems to be nursing an injury, so we'll see exactly how it ends up playing out for him. But if I had to pick a guy that has earned it, it's going to be Lazar. I think he's had the best preseason of all the borderline guys with Nosek, him, Tierney, Thompson, Foot for that fourth-line left-wing role. And this is assuming Bastion is full on ready to go, which he looks like he should be, especially with another basically a week to get ramping up to the opening night game. So yeah, I'm going to call it here on this one for the this video. Tomorrow, see how I'm feeling, but I might do a little prediction preference video going over the full lineup on what I think the preseason has told us, what I think will actually end up happening, and then what I think we should do. Maybe those line up, maybe they don't. We'll see. So yeah, that's going to do it. It's a Saturday, start of the weekend. I hope everyone gets to enjoy it. Hopefully you all have off Monday for the holiday as well. Yeah, that's it, guys. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow morning. As always, and forever, let's go Devils.